Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Welcome back to Meister Tarot after our little break. Got a bit of a sunburnt nose and the hair is rather bleached. Due for a haircut again shortly. But welcome back. I hope you're all staying safe and sane. Got my Christmas microphone, so hopefully that makes the sound a little bit better for you. Beautiful day outside. I'll be getting out into it shortly. Flat out pickling and preserving the produce from the garden that came on while we were away, and just relaxing into life. Now, probably not going to do anything tonight. COVID is running rampant in Australia and especially in my state of New South Wales, so it might be again a quiet night in the lounge room, maybe a facial mask, watch a bit of Netflix, and bottle of champagne at the appropriate time, and looking forward to a 2022. So I want to quickly run around the areas of the world, but I want to show you this first. This is it's reflecting the light. A painting, a pencil drawing completed by my very talented teenage daughter of the 3 pets for me for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. So that has to find a home on a wall today, so I'll be doing that after my readings. What I want to do today is I'm going to run around the world for what's coming up in January. I did have a couple of attempts at a video before I've started this one, but they weren't gelling with me. I was looking at the weather, economy and the general energies, but they weren't working. So I've had a brief meditation and a chat to Meister, and he's advised me what sort of reading I should be doing today. So I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale, beautiful cards, and I'm going to go around the world, and I will try and do this very quickly, but I'm going to look at the North Americas, the South Americas, Oceania, Africa, Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. Potentially Russia if I get time and it doesn't fall into the European reading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a abbreviated Celtic cross for each region. If I feel that I need to continue on, then I will do so. So we'll run through them quickly. What we're looking at, I was going to do week by week, but the feel was just not there as I started the week by week, so I'm going to do an overall month, and we'll have a look at January around the world. So let's start in the North America. So this is the US and Canada. Guide us with your messages. Thank you, Meister. Okay, very quickly. The North Americas for the month, cards falling out everywhere, for the month of January. The North Americas for the month of January. Now, I know I'm lumping Canada in with the US and they don't necessarily like it, but over there you're a bit like us in Australia with Asia. What goes on in Asia affects us quite significantly, and what goes in the US affects Canada quite significantly as well. Now, in my previous reading, just a heads up, I did get that around the 3rd week, the 15th, the North Americas will very possibly get an extremely cold snap, or it may have already happened. Just have your plans in place. I got the feeling that some of the energy grids would not hold up and that the federal government will have to come in with assistance in the US, so just be aware of that. Coming up in the next week or two, keep your eye on the weather. An Arctic blast will be coming through. Okay, North Americas, US, Canada in January. North Americas, US, Canada in January. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, something is going to happen very quickly. It's going to be a bit chaotic, and I'm wondering if this is this weather I was talking about. Crossed by the Emperor, so you've got the powerful force coming into play here. Okay, Tower moment. Base is the Tower, so this is the breakdown of a system so that it can be rebuilt. Hang on, I'll just move that back ever so slightly. Excuse me, I'm on my wobbly table again. Okay, I wonder if this is to do with the January the 6th. In the past, you've got the King of Swords, so you've got this investigation by authority figures, steely glare. Crowning, there's the coming together of communities, families. Oh, okay, and in the immediate future is your Ten of Swords. So this is ending of a cycle as the truth comes forward. I'll keep going. Four of Pentacles is insecurity. This is the external influences. So this is just holding on financially and insecurity. Six of Cups going back to the past, which is internal. So there is a yearning for what was. Two of Pentacles going to be a juggle in the hopes and fears. Financial juggle, I'm wondering if this is your lifting of the debt ceiling. But the outcome is good. That's the empowering figure. This is the lawmakers and the legal system. There will be a bit of a defence going on, but there will be a message of, there will be quite a strong message coming forward. Space of the Pack, all wands. So these are in regards to messages coming forward, culminating in the ending of something and a new powerful plan coming into place. I'm just going to do a clarifier on this Emperor. Who is this Emperor card? So we're having something happen very quickly. I'm thinking this is all regards to the January the 6th, which is going to have significant fallout for the political system in the US. So who is this Emperor? Who is this Emperor? Okay, there's going to be revelations, a culmination, decisions will need to be made, heartbreak and loss, anxiety, review, and a tentative new start. So what I'm seeing in regards to this, this is relating to the January the 6th. Now I've given you the words. The reason it's doing this is because I've already given you the warning in regards to the weather. But this is in relation to the January the 6th. So there will be quite a significant breaking down. Now if we look at this in the initial reading, the initial abbreviated, we've got out of the 5, we've got 3 major arcana, a king who's a powerful figure, and 10 of Cups, which is usually means the end of a cycle. So I'm thinking things are going to happen very quickly in relation to the Trump administration, where a lot is going to be revealed. So you've got all these wands up here, which are messages coming forward, which is going to lead to a breakdown of the existing structure. So, sorry Canada, it's all about the US at the moment. Base of the Pack is revelations coming to the surface, moving on, and the Wheel of Fortune. A lot of hard work, secrets being revealed, and it's going to happen very quickly. So Yes, that's what I'm getting in regards to the North Americas, is that the dominant feature of January is going to be the commission, where there is going to be a lot of information coming out, a lot of information revealed, and there's going to be downfall, significant downfall for not only some of those that are involved at a higher level, because that was the Emperor then the Tower, but also for some systems that were put in place as well during that particular administration. Okay, moving on to South America. Please, Meister. South America for January 2022. South America. Oh, okay, I'm getting a pull to Europe. He's telling me to do Europe. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady. I'm getting the UK Brexit very strongly. Abbreviator Celtic Cross for Europe, please. So there's going to be, with the fallout from Brexit, there's going to be some slow and steady financial progress as the actual nuts and bolts are finally worked out, crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. Now this is the money chest. It's a tens usually mean the end of a cycle, but again, this is the working out of the finances in regards to, because Brexit did affect all of Europe. Base of the pack, Seven of Wands. There's going to have to be some defending of oneself, challenges. There'll be challenges involved. King of Wands in the past, so this is the lawmakers, the politicians, but they're in the past. Six of Cups. There is a nostalgia for what was, as this Brexit is proving to be difficult for both sides of the channel. There will be heartbreak and disappointment in regards to this. Again, disappointment, balance and moderation, staying grounded. There will be emotional disappointment, but do need to stay grounded in reality. There will be some retreat, so there will be negotiations going underway. This is in the hopes and fears, but there will be sort of a pulling back and a bit of back and forth. Messages coming forward. The Knight of Wands. He's a spontaneous figure. He is moving forward as well. So we've got the two Knights and the Three of Cups, circles of support. Base of the pack, the Emperor, the Tower, and choices to be made. So, okay. Wondering who this Emperor is. I'm wondering if this is Boris with his decision to push ahead with Brexit. Who is this Emperor? Is this... But there will be a breakdown. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to be all revisited, renegotiated, broken down, or the start of it. It's not going to culminate in January, but there is this nostalgia for the past as people have realised it's just not working for either the UK or Europe. But who is this Emperor? Who is this Emperor figure? Okay, progress and plans being made in regards to the world stage. Will be carrying a heavy burden, a lot of work. Will be battle weary, battered around, but moving on. So it's not telling me who it is. I think it is just the general government systems, the patriarchy. So having to have a rethink rethink of what has gone forward. So I think that's in regards to Brexit, is what I'm being told. That they will start, there will be a start of revisiting what Brexit actually, the original negotiations of Brexit. There will be a revisit to that. Yeah, okay. In regards to, I'm just being told that in regards to COVID with Europe, again, look back on my reading from, oh gosh, I think it might have been a month or so ago, in regards to COVID. Yes, it'll go through like a dose of salts. It'll be quite horrific for a lot of people, but the vaccine will, in general, hold the line. Get vaccinated, get boosted, take precautions, look after yourselves. Okay, moving on to, from Europe, okay, Russia, thank you. Now, Russia is technically, as far as the, a lot of organisations are concerned, part of Europe, but it probably doesn't consider itself. So that was more the European Union. We'll look at Russia now. Russia, please. Russia for January. Tell me about Russia for January. Tell me about Russia for January. Russia for January. Right. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so what we've got here is a new chapter. This is an ending and beginning as karma comes into play. Challenged by the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting. I was told the Knight of Pentacles, as in tarot, if you're learning tarot, most of the cards have many readings, and what you've got to do is you've got to go with your instinctive gut feeling of what your guides are telling you that a card means. And to me, this one, even though the Knight of Pentacles can mean steady and diligent and moving forward, in this particular case it means the mercenary. So what we've got is we've got a new chapter, endings and beginnings, challenged by the mercenary. At the base there is a coming together of the communities. In the past we have the Empress. Now this is Russia. This is my Russian card. But it's also in the past was abundance. So what it's also telling me is that prosperity and abundance is in the past for Russia. And there is this coming together of the communities. At the top of the reading, Knight of Swords, which is a harsh truth. The High Priestess, secrets coming to the fore. She is also an intuitive figure in regards to spirituality, but this is about something that is being hidden and she will reveal. She's coming up a lot lately. Internal, external is a bit of argy-bargy. I'm wondering if this is Ukraine. As I have read on Ukraine, I don't think it is going to come to war, and I believe Putin and Biden are having another video conference in regards to this. This is a bit more saber-rattling than anything serious. But the internal influences is there is a strong truth, a new truthful beginning, hopes and fears. There's a new plan being formulated, and if you have a look at this beautiful path leading into the sunrise, this is a new beginning for Russia. There are choices that need to be made in regards to moving on and reviewing. At the moment we've got the self-sabotage and deception. So I'm thinking that, now I heard just the other day that oops, sorry, there's my hand there. Hello, hand. That the circles of support at the base, that the Russian government have removed the last level of human rights oversight in their government, which will be the last straw for a lot of people. I'm seeing that January is the start of the end for Putin. I have done recently a reading on Putin himself, and I do see him exiting stage left sooner rather than later, so feel free to have a look at that. Okay, zipping around the Middle East. Is that the next one? Yes, the Middle East. January for the Middle East, please. There's a lot going on in them. It seems to be fairly stable at the moment, settled. I know there's a lot of issues with internal refugee migration, as usual. But tell me about the Middle East, please. Haven't heard a lot of news about the Middle East recently. Tell me about the Middle East in January. Middle East in January. Oh. Middle East in January. Middle East in January. Right, let's have a look. Oh. Get used to having that microphone sitting there next to me. Okay, 8 of Cups. Walking away from what is not serving you, challenged by prosperity and abundance. Okay, keep going. Base of the pack, Strength, great card. 5 of Cups, disappointment in the past. Crowning the reading is an offer being made. It'll happen very quickly. There will be a breaking down of the old structures as the communities come together. Will be an anxious time, but there will be, now this doesn't necessarily mean justice, but this is, to me, this is about consequences and integrity coming to the fore in regards to the situations in the Middle East. So taking, accepting the consequences of actions, and rebalancing of what's going on. But I think what's happening also is there's going to start to be an integrity in government over there. There will be a little hanging on to what they've got, but this is a moving forward, and moving forward rather quickly after this destruction. This is an inspired figure moving forward. Sword of Truth, giving and receiving help, abundance, having enough. This is about having enough. Circles of support, as there is an awakening, a collective awakening. So that's actually looking very positive for the Middle East. I think they're in the moment of, so this is the internal influences. They're reaching a point of realization that what has been is not working for them, and they need to find a new way. I think that's actually quite positive for the Middle East. As I said, it feels like it's been calm for a while, and is calming down. I know there's still horrific things happening in Syria and Afghanistan, but I'm getting the feel that the Middle East is finding its, for an old culture, if I say, finding its modern maturity. Finding how it will operate in the modern world, because for so long it was clinging on to the past, the old ways, the ways of aggression and power, and I am getting a feeling that there is a realization that that does not work for them. Again, these are just the starts. This is just January. This is just 1 month, but I'm getting a feeling that 2022 is going to be a year of quite massive change on a global scale. I mean, if we look at So we've done the US, Canada with the Commission. We've got dramatic change there. We look at Europe with the renegotiations of Brexit, which will affect all of Europe. Massive changes there. Russia with the Emperor and major changes there. Big change in the world. Oh, and as I was talking about that, the card on the bottom is walking away from what is no longer serving us. Okay, so where am I going now? Africa, please. Huge continent, a lot of countries, very diverse, struggling at the moment with drought and COVID. HIV is a major issue in Africa. Tell me about Africa in January, which is going to set them up for the year. Africa in January. Africa in January. Africa in January. Right, let's have a look. Okay, Five of Swords. So this is the Betrayal and Sabotage, crossed by the Ace of Pentacles. Powerful card. New financial beginning. Okay, this is interesting. Tower at the base. Past was the Ace of Cups, so an emotional, overwhelming. Page of Swords, which is bringing a message of truth. The Sun, full illumination. In the near future, the external influences is the Page of Cups, so something to be revealed. Internal influences, the seedy underbelly coming to the surface. Hopes and fears, the Emperor. Power, powerful leadership. Knight of Swords, harsh truth. Retreat, but manifestation. And then justice at the base. And I think this does actually mean justice, and again consequences and integrity. But I think this means justice for Africa with an offer and hard work in regards to finances and hope and government. Okay, let's break this down. What have we got? So in the what is happening at the moment is there is this betrayal and self-sabotage in Africa. So what this is telling me is this is going back to the colonialism, the rape and pillaging of the country, because if you look at this guy is walking off the battlefield with all the swords as his comrades are lying dead and dying around there, challenged by an awakening that this very resource-rich continent needs to have control over its own destiny. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a breakdown of the old structures. Rampant corruption is going to be broken down. There's this, and again, this is just the start. As in the past, there was an emotional, overwhelming. COVID's been a great reset for the whole world, and this was new start in regards to relationships, career, relationships, creativity, emotions, nurturing, but this is in the past. So I think what's happened is the realization has already happened. It just hasn't gained momentum yet. The Page of Swords, it's bringing forward a message of uncovering a truth, of the truth of the realization. The Sun, the truth will be fully illuminated. Things will be uncovered. The corruption and raping and pillaging of the country is going to be revealed. There will be, the hope is that strong leadership will come forward as these harsh truths are brought to the fore. There will be a little bit of healing. This is basically healing is going to need to take place, but you've got the Magician here, manifestation, and he's got all the all the suits, everything, all the aces at his power. So I think what's going to happen is, as again I said, we've got government coming to the fore with the hope of good governance leading to financial prosperity as they work together. There will be an offer as there is a realization of the consequences of what is happening in their nation. So what I'm getting from that is that Africa also is on a new trajectory. There you go, a new plan with this beautiful path towards a new sunrise. Africa's in the beginning phase of a realization that it is in charge of its own destiny. Okay, what are we going to? South America. So Africa is there's an awakening where the people are now realizing that corruption in government is not acceptable. The pillaging of its resources by other nations is not acceptable. And January is the start of putting in place a new method of doing things for Africa. So that's good news for Africa. Glad to hear it. Okay, looking at South America. There's some interesting times in the Southern American countries coming up. I think Bosniaro, is that how you pronounce it? It's coming up for election. I think I've read on that. I'll have to look back. That his opposition is not going to be successful this time around. But the foundations will be put in place for the downfall of Bosniaro for the following election. Oops. Right, okay, so we're looking at the South Americas. Please tell me about South Americas. Many countries, oops. Communities coming together. Oops. But also lies and deceit. Raping and pillaging, stealing. Okay. Tell me about the South. Oh, okay, feeling a little bit woozy there. I think there's going to be something very dramatic happening in South America. Something that's going to put the area off kilter. Tell me about South America. What's happening in the South Americans? Again, you know, the neighbouring countries influence neighbouring countries. Tell me about South America. South America. Feeling very light-headed and just out of sorts for a second there. South America, okay. Right, infighting. Now what you've got here is everybody's fighting against everybody else. And that's basically what it is at the moment. However, there will be an incredibly strong new start for the area. So this infighting has been challenged by a strength coming forward. All wands so far. This is interesting because wands are all about planning and passion and careers and communications. Queen of Wands. So she's an inspiring, self-aware and confident female leader. I'm wondering whether you've got a female coming to the fore that will show leadership for the region. In the past is the walking away from what's not serving you. Gosh, he's coming up a bit for 2022. Page of Cups, so there is something that is going to be revealed. Ooh, the seedy underbelly is going to be revealed. As the Star of Hope, but this is about restoration and respite and recovery for the area. This is the external influence. Internal influences is this getting back to community. Hopes and fears, a new beginning, a very strong emotive new beginning in the immediate future. You've got this Five of Swords, which again is the sabotage, betrayal, There will be a tightrope to be walked, a decision to be made. Someone will be having to defend themselves. And then we have boundaries needing to be set, and healing. Seeing things from a different point of view. Oh, base, we've again got this Seven of Swords, which is the lies and the deceit and the thieving and the whatever's been going on in certain South American countries. However, there will be review and investigation, as it will be a new start with the truth. There will be some disappointment. Partnerships will be exposed, which will cause heartbreak and loss. But then we've got this new plan coming to fruition. So for the South Americas, I'm at, again, progress forward, as there is a realization of what is gone on is no longer working. I'm seeing a strong female figure coming forward. Where did she? Base of the pack was Queen of Swords, so we've got another Queen and circles of support. Seeing a strong female figure coming forward and starting, as communities are coming together and again saying this is not working for us, we deserve better. An inspiring figure coming forward somewhere in the political systems in the South Americas, who will be leading the region into the future. Okay. As the current corruption, deceit, lies, just awfulness is being exposed. Okay, now, Oceania, my neck of the woods. Oh, I haven't done Asia yet, so I'll very quickly do Asia. So we're looking at, so China is the major player in Asia. So you've got China, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, Thailand, Cambodia. India gets thrown in there as well. Singapore, Hong Kong, whole swag of countries, and I do apologise if I didn't name yours, but I'm looking at the Asian region. Please tell me about 2022 for the Asian reading, the energies, the overall Asia 2022. Right. Let's have a look. Sorry, this is getting a little bit long. I'll timestamp it. Okay, right. Interesting start. Being challenged by communities coming together. Okay, again, we've got, I think, the Chinese president, Chinese leader has just elevated himself to supreme leader along, which is only the third time it's happened in recent history. So he's given himself, very high airs and graces, set himself up as an immortal figure, challenged by the community coming together. Base of this is my Biden card. This is interesting that he's turned up in Asia in the past. Oh goodness, so we've got these two together, but this is the past. So the past is the betrayal, the rape and pillaging, and it's in the past. Oh, Page of Swords again. So you've got a message of truth coming to the fore. Things are going to happen very quickly in Asia. You've got the Magician, so this is your possibilities, manifestation. This is internal. This is okay, I'm very strongly being told that this is actually manipulation by China, by the Chinese government. The hopes and fears for Asia. It is a financial powerhouse. Working together, choices to be made, and victory. Interesting. Base of the pack, Ace of Swords, so A new start with truth. Four of Wands is a celebration, coming together. Message coming forward of dreaming big and working hard as seedy underbelly is being exposed, and it is a new, passionate and a new beginning for the Asian region, for getting a pull towards China specifically. These two cards are of great interest to me, that the community is going to come forward in regards to these lies and deceits, and this sabotage and deception and raping and pillaging is a thing of the past. Financial powerhouse be working together. Choices will need to be made, but it will be a positive outcome for the Asian region. So I think, like the rest of the world, what I'm really getting strongly is that people are no longer being blindly believing their governments. They're actually becoming more community involved. They're becoming more aware of their fellow human beings and their environment, and they're starting to make their choices based on what is best for the people, not blindly what the government tells you. And in a lot of these countries, what the government tells you benefits the government and the extremely wealthy, not the people. And I think what's happening is that the people are coming to choices on the bottom. People are coming to the realization that the government should be working for them, not them working for the government. Okay, Oceania, our neck of the woods, Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Micronesia, the Solomons, Fiji, Vanuatu, New Caledonia, Indonesia, etc., etc., etc. Please tell me, Master, what does right, spiritual awakening, intuition coming to the fore, and retreat. We are copping COVID pretty bad here at the moment. Our case numbers are basically doubling every day, and then of course our government has decided in Australia to clamp down on testing, so basically telling us don't bother getting tested. So you've got this old, well, if you don't test you don't find cases, but watching the hospitalisation numbers are quite concerning. I think what's happening is we're just going to go into a form of hibernation of some sorts. Have to decide what to wear on New Year's in my living room, having my face mask, and might watch a bit of Netflix, a couple of series I'm watching there, and crack the champers at the correct time, and we'll go from there. But tell me about Oceania 2022. Oceania 2022. Sorry, this video is getting a little bit long. I will timestamp it, so you only need to look at the relevant bit. Oceania 2022. How are we going to go? How are we going to go? 2022 Oceania. Right, let's have a look. Okay, yes, right. Again, lies and deception, smoke and mirrors, challenged by loss. Wow. A lot of countries are really struggling at the moment. A lot of countries in the area rely on tourism for their income. Australia's lucky, we're a wealthy country in regards to resources, but a lot of the other countries rely on overseas travel, and they're just not getting it at the moment. They are really struggling with the loss at the moment. New Zealand again is a lucky country with its resources, and it's a smaller population like Australia. It's those countries that my heart is really feeling for, such as Indonesia, Bali, etc., that really rely on tourism, with large populations working in the tourism industry, and tourism is just not happening. However, we do have the Six of Wands at the base, victory in the past. We've got the Page of Swords, very determined figure. He's turning up a lot, but this is about bringing a message of the truth, but it's in the past. I think the truth has been realised. Crowning is the Five of Swords, the self-sabotage. Well, okay, the government. I'll explain this. I'll explain why I chuckled in a minute. Nostalgia, anxiety, working together, walking away from what's not serving us, end of a financial cycle, downfall, but again an end of an intellectual cycle. And then base of the pack is Mother Earth, reviewing, new starts, happening quickly, difficult decisions, difficult partnerships, offer to be made. We're going to be in a sort of self-imposed lockdown in our area. It will be burdensome. We'll have to put up boundaries again as we protect ourselves. But we do have the circles of support. So what is happening here that I'm seeing is that, especially in Australia, as I said, our government has decided to change the goalposts. If you don't test, you don't have cases, which means you don't have to go into lockdown. They've now changed it so that a close contact, you're not considered a close contact unless it is actually somebody in your household and you have been in contact with them for 4 hours. Now we know with Omicron that is absolute rubbish. You can catch Omicron passing somebody in the street, but it is the government with its usual smoke and mirrors. There's a reason why we call our Prime Minister Scotty from marketing, and the elections cannot come up soon enough. So if you're wondering about the Australian elections, read on that the other week, so go and have a look. So the lies and deceit and the manipulation and the misinformation is being challenged by loss, hospitalisations, illness. You know, the misinformation that this is nothing more than a cold is going to hit quite a few people quite severely as they catch this, and it's not. I am getting the victory card at the base though, so what this is telling me is this is success. We will come out of this. As I said, read the Omicron if you need to. Watch the Omicron reading if you need to. But in the meantime, we're undergoing this self-sabotage and basically rape and pillaging. Our health system hopefully will stick up, but this rape and pillaging by the governments. There is this nostalgia for the past as the people are anxious. We are looking for guidance, we are looking for partnership, and that's going to have to come on a community basis as our governments are letting us down. Walking away from what is not serving us, but there will be a new financial beginning and there will be a new intellectual beginning as we feel like we've been stabbed in the back and we're just holding on to our monies. I just want to have a quick look in regards to this. Tell me about, so this is very much Australia, New Zealand related. I don't know that the New Zealand government they've taken a different path and they've kept themselves in a very tight lockdown like Western Australia has in Australia, but only history will tell as to whether that was a better path than the eastern coast of Australia opening up. But tell me about our neighbours. How are our neighbours going, please? Our tourism-reliant neighbours, how are they going? How are they going? Tell me about. Okay, they are looking overseas for solutions. Full illumination, so they'll be okay. They'll be okay. There are boundaries at the moment that they need to be lifted, but it is a new start for them. I think what's happened is once and moving forward. A lot of wands, which is your plans and passions. I think what's going to happen with a lot of our neighbours, yes, they have been struggling extremely hard. It has been harsh for them, but it will come to an inevitable ending. Will come to an inevitable end, probably by the end of January. So sorry that this has turned into such a long video. I will timestamp it for you. So that's my circle around the world in regards to what's happening in January. So thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay sane, love and light to you all, and wishful thinking for 2022. Okay, take care, love you all, bye-bye.